Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for both the national anthem and the school song. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Romana High School, welcome to the 150th Anniversary Speech Day 2023. Before we start the evening, I'd like to remind you to switch off your mobile phone and to refrain from getting up to take photographs. It's my pleasure to invite the principal, Mr. David Gray, to give his report.
Mr. Chairman and members of Quiet and of the Brumana High School Governing Board, President of the OSA, honoured guest in Bahrain, Dr. David Nassif, distinguished guests from the Gulf to Europe and from the UK to the USA, presenters of awards, Mrs. Ibtisam Abul Jabin, Roy and Helen Blair, Amal Abu Khalil, ladies and gentlemen, students, welcome to the BHS Graduation Ceremony and Speech Day 2023 on the occasion of the school's 150th anniversary. What would our founder, Theophilus Waldemar, a Swiss converted to Quakerism, be thinking today if he were here? It is hard to imagine. What did he envisage in 1873 when he founded the school and accompanying health facilities? He had travelled here on the back of a mule accompanied by pack horses to an unpromising but beautiful place on the side of Mount Lebanon. He immediately recognized the need for health care and for schooling for children, but he needed to be persuaded to adopt his task by two American Quaker missionaries, Eli and Sybil Jones. And no wonder. The work involved in establishing fundamental facilities in a place halfway up a mountain where there were none was monumental. It required vision, courage, persistence, perseverance, determination, and very considerable resources of persuasion and patience. But Waldemar did not desert his task. He saw the school completed and became its first headmaster. He saw it welcome staff, students, workers, and he saw it become a place of industry and prosperity, the beating heart of the Brumana community. But what he imagined for the future, for the next 150 years, can only be a matter of conjecture. He simply recognized a need and did not rest from his efforts until that need was met. Since then, Brumana students from near and far have gone on to great success around the world and in the Middle East as political leaders, leaders of the great professions, and as innovators, entrepreneurs, and business people. The liberal educational philosophy of the school and its Quakerly values have allowed them to flourish wherever they have gone, and allowed them to mix, understand, and influence people of all races and backgrounds, and to greet them with open minds and hearts. They have held on to the fact that the courage to do what they wanted, the confidence to succeed, and the values needed to survive the toughest times started at Brumana. So briefly, the highlights of this 150th anniversary and the first year amidst all the troubles which Lebanon faces, in which we might say, in school terms, there has been a return to normality following the pandemic, are as follows. All the points I make are related to the quality of perseverance and to the knowledge that nothing of value or worthwhile comes without sustained hard work and persistence. The school now has 3 distinct academic programs. The Lebanese program leading to the brevet and baccalaureate and currently being overhauled and updated. The international program leading to IGCSEs, in which we had record results last year. A-levels being presented this year for the first time for many years. And the international baccalaureate, in which the school has been particularly successful and which is now open to students in both Lebanese and international programs. These have taken time to develop and need further refinement, but all 3 streams are now well established. The success of our academic programs, with their emphasis on the development of students' critical faculties, is demonstrated effectively by the annual academic fair, which has now expanded to include students from grade 5 up to grade 12, and is a great example of students' intellectual curiosity and academic endeavor. It demonstrates the diversity of talent and the readiness of the students to address local and global issues and find resolutions to them through projects in mathematics, languages, sciences, social sciences, and the arts. Equally, extracurricular activities are an essential part of the student experience. They allow students to develop their own ideas, pursue particular interests seriously, and to take leadership roles. This year, these qualities have been particularly evident in the I Serve Club, led by grade 12 students who have worked tirelessly for the poor, disadvantaged, disabled, and distraught, both in Lebanon and on account of the fearful earthquakes in the winter in Syria and in Turkey. The Speak Out Club has acted as a vehicle for student opinion on every subject imaginable. It has been notable for the conviction of the writers, the quality of their research, and their complete reliability in producing professional publications throughout the year. And I must mention the Dance Club, also led by grade 12 students, which has put on some wonderful performances and spread the enjoyment and artistry of dance to younger students in the school. Sport has featured strongly, with the girls' varsity basketball team being crowned champions of Lebanon and the boys' varsity team becoming the Lebanese league champions. Perhaps the most notable development, though, has been the growth of football as a school sport at all levels for all ages, an example of how new, good quality facilities become an instant catalyst to constructive activity. For the 150th anniversary, an inter-school football competition was inaugurated. Brumana, packed with grade 12 students, duly reached the final, in which they were losing 3-0 at half-time and 4-0 with 15 minutes left. Their heads momentarily dropped and the game seemed over. But they kept their nerve and remarkably, minute by minute, clawed their way back into the game to finish with a score 4-4. The match went to penalties and the Brumana varsity team prevailed as winners 6-5. A great example of refusing to give up. Perseverance is everything. Equally memorable was the competition at the May Festival to select the boy and girl who were to become May Stars. From round one, the 9 contestants demonstrated the most amazing qualities of resourcefulness, energy, and sustained commitment to school and community life, and the ability to articulate their ideas with confidence convincingly. The final, which involved all 9 contestants either as competitors, judges, or hosts, suggested to me that these young people are ready to go out into the world and to make a difference. There remain 3 highlights, all associated with the 150th anniversary, and which promise to have a durable impact on school life. The first is the Model United Nations programme, which has run very successfully at BHS for many years, and which promotes global awareness, cultural diversity, diplomacy, and eloquence. We have around 200 participants engaged in this activity each year. They meet regularly, are trained by our own secondary section students, and this year we internationalized our own conference, held just a few weeks ago, and welcomed schools from the Gulf and from the UK. In doing so, we are training citizens of the world and developing cultural tolerance and understanding. Secondly, we have established a twinning exchange with another Quaker school, Sidcutt, in the south of England. And tomorrow we shall take 26 grade 11 students there for a week to study, having already welcomed some of their students here for the MUN conference and sent an advance party there last October. In time, we hope to develop a teacher exchange for our 2 schools, as well as a better understanding both of the UK for our own students, who after all attend a school here which has strong British links, and of Lebanon for the British students who will visit this much misunderstood country. And finally, the Brumana High School campus is now officially a botanical garden, and we aim through teaching at all levels in the school to promote a love of the environment, and particularly of this environment in Brumana. Our campus is full of wonderful indigenous species, and we should know it better and love it for the next 150 years. From the mother tree behind you, that mighty pine which is 250 years old, to the newly planted 150-year-old olive tree by the library, donated by the class of 1994. It is a symbol of peace, persistence, and hope, as is our school a beacon of hope for a more peaceful, happier tomorrow. Graduates, tomorrow is in your hands. Life is precious and fragile. Look after it well and make a difference in whatever you do. I would like to thank all those here tonight, whether they're from the parent body, the governing body, the trustee body, the student body, the Old Scholars Association, or the staff body, for their support, help, donations, or encouragement over the past difficult year, as we have fundraised and friend-raised around the world and in Lebanon to secure this dear school's future for another 150 years. We are one body, one community. There is only one Brumana High School, and we must continue to nurture it as carefully as we nurture our own botanical garden. I would like to wish you all well and thank the trustees of Quiet, the the governing body, and all of my colleagues for their hard work and enduring support of the school which we all serve. Thank you.
This year, 3 students will be speaking on behalf of their fellow graduates. The speaker in Arabic is Dana Hashim from Secondary 3 Sociology and Economics class.
مساء الخير. سوري نور. بعد ما صار عشية. حضرة السيد ديفيد نصيف المحترم، حضرة السيد ديفيد جراي مدير المدرسة المحترم، حضرة الأساتذة المحترمين، حضرة الأهل الأعزاء، زميلاتي وزملائي، أيها الحفل الكريم. اسمحوا لي بداية أن أعبر عن امتناني لمعلمينا وأهالينا الذين لولاهم لما اجتمعنا اليوم في هذا الصرح العريق. كلمة شكرا لا تفي أساتذتنا وأهلنا حقهم. من يحتفل بنجاحنا اليوم هم عينهم الذين شجعونا سنوات على التعلم من إخفاقاتنا. لطالما تجردت حقيقتنا أمامهم فدفعونا لنكون أقوياء. شكرا لجميع المعلمين والمعلمات الذين وقفوا بجانبنا وآمنوا بنا. أنتم بتعرفوا حالكم. لقد كنتم مصابيح توجهنا في عتمة هذه الحياة، وكلما ضعفنا وشككنا بأنفسنا كنتم تمسكون بأيدينا وتنتشلوننا من بحر الشك وتدفعوننا نحو شاطئ الأمان. أمان. وكيف لي أن أنسى المدراء والمسؤولين في مدرسة الحبيبة مدرستنا برمان العالية. فشكرا من القلب على كل الجهد المبذول والوقت والطاقة خلال مراحلنا الدراسية. تشاركتم معنا خبرتكم وحكمتكم التي تجلت في تطوير قدراتنا ومهاراتنا. واليوم نتقدم لكم بخالص امتناننا لأنكم كنتم الجندي المجهول الذي ساهم في صقل شخصياتنا لنصبح ما نحن عليه. زميلاتي وزملائي، يشكل هذا اليوم علامة فارقة في مسيرة حياتنا. إنه يوم مفعم بالعواطف والمختلطة بالفخر والحنين. إنه يوم يختصر سنوات عشناها سويا على الحلو وعلى المرة. لقد قطعنا شوطا طويلا منذ خطونا أولى خطواتنا في هذه الرحلة التعليمية، والآن نقف هنا على باب مرحلة جديدة ونحن على استعداد لاحتضان العالم الذي ينتظرنا. هل قلت احتضان؟ لا، اعذروني. الآن نقف هنا على باب مرحلة جديدة ونحن على استعداد لتغيير العالم. نعم، ما قدمته لنا مدرسة برمان العالية صقل شخصيتنا وسيمكننا من تغيير العالم وصولا إلى غد أفضل، فنحن قادة المستقبل. لقد قمنا بتكوين صداقات ستدوم مدى الحياة، وأقمنا روابط تتخطى جدران هذه القاعات، وقمنا ببناء مجتمع سيحتفظ بمكانة خاصة في قلوبنا إلى الأبد. رفقائي الأحباء، كنا صغارا نخربش أعمالنا في كل زاوية من زوايا المدرسة. صرنا كبارا نلملم خربشاتنا بذكريات. نجتمع اليوم للاحتفال بتتويج رحلتنا الأكاديمية المدرسية. أجول بنظري بينكم بفخر وإعجاب لكل الإنجازات التي ستحققونها. لا يمثل هذا اليوم نهاية حقبة فحسب، بل يشكل بداية مغامرة كبرى. يشكل اللحظة التي نفرد فيها أجنحتنا ونرتفع مساحة شاسعة من العالم، مسلحين بالمعرفة والمهارات والأحلام التي رعيناها طوال فترة تعليمنا. لكن في خضم الإثارة والترقب هناك رفيق واحد ثابت يتنقل في كل منعطف من هذه الرحلة غير العادية. هذا الرفيق هو الثقة بالنفس. أشبه الثقة بالنفس بزهرة رقيقة تتفتح أوراقها تحت دفء الشمس. إنها القدرة التي تمكننا من التغلب على التحديات والعقبات. إنه المحرك لاغتنام الفرص مع الإيمان الراسخ بقدراتنا. إنها المنارة المضيئة التي ترشدنا عبر البحار العاصفة والصوت الحازم الذي يهمس I can and I will. أخيراً، فيما نحتفل بإنجازاتنا ونودع أروقة مدرستنا. أشجعكم أيها الخريجون والخريجات على حمل شعلة الثقة بالنفس بعزم لا يتزعزع. اجعلوها البوصلة المرشدة لكم نحو تحقيق أحلامكم. دعوها تكون القوة الدافعة وراء مساعيكم والدروع التي من الشك تحميكم. وأثناء مغامرتكم في الامتداد الشاسع للعالم تذكروا أن في داخلكم تكمن القدرة على تجاوز الحدود وكسر القيود وحث الغير على فعل الخير. شقوا طريقكم الخاص، كونوا إلهاما للناس وكونوا أفضل تمثيل لطلاب BHS. ختاما أقف هنا أمامكم متأمل الإرث الذي صنعناه معا، فنحن الصف الذي يحتفل بذكرى السنوية 150 لمدرسة برومان العالية العريقة، مدرستنا التي زرعت فينا حب الحقيقة. أيها الحفل الكريم، زميلاتي وزملائي، صدق جبران خليل جبران حين قال: إن المحبة لا تعرف عمقها إلا ساعة الفراق. هذه المحبة التي هي أقوى مني تزرع في الإيمان اليقين من قال ودعان. لا، لن أقول لكم ودعان، بل إلى اللقاء. شكرا.
I now would like to invite Carl Sade from the International Baccalaureate Program to give the speech in English.
Good evening. Members of Quiet Trustees, members of the board, our principal, Mr. David Gray, Vice Principal, Mr. Rizallah, dearest teachers, beloved parents and family, and fellow graduates. 250 years. Don't worry, I know the sign outside says 150, but I'm talking about something else. 250 years ago, one of the emblems of our school was planted, the mother tree. To be honest, I never really understood the significance of this mother tree, all the hype surrounding it. To me, it looked the same as all the other trees out here. Well, maybe except for its larger trunk, branches, and the fact that it was literally in the middle of our playground. I've walked past this tree for 15 years. Well, maybe crawled past it the first two, never really giving it much attention. Now, I'm not going to act like I've become some sort of botanist overnight, but I do think I finally understood the symbolic meaning of our mother tree, which truly represents our BHS reality. Hold on tight, this is going to take some time and a lot of tree references. Class of 2023, each of us stands here a unique person, shaped by our unique experiences. But we have not always been this way. We entered this institution as young, eager individuals, like small seeds filled with immense potential. And just like seeds, we needed 3 essential conditions in order to blossom into the mighty trees that we are today. The first of these conditions is a healthy soil and surrounding environment. To our school administration, Mr. Gray, Mr. Rizallah, Ms. Aline, Mrs. Shaza, you have been the architects of our educational landscape, the guardians of our safe habitat. Like the soil that supports a tiny seed, you have laid the foundation upon which we have flourished and worked tirelessly behind the scenes to secure the ideal conditions for our growth. Your commitment to creating a supportive and inclusive environment, warmed by guidance and encouragement, has ensured that our roots remain firmly grounded in our dreams. To you, we owe an immeasurable debt of gratitude. The second thing a seed needs to grow is water and nutrients. To our dearest teachers, you have been the gentle rain, accompanied with a few storms from time to time, that has showered us with guidance, wisdom, and inspiration. The passion with which you teach has been infectious, infusing in us a profound love for learning and empowering us to embrace challenges with confidence and resilience. Like the nutrients that fortify a seed, you have provided us with the tools, skills, and insights necessary to navigate the complexities of the real world. you have challenged us to think critically, to dream boldly, and to never settle for mediocrity. At the same time, you've nurtured our emotional well-being, offering a compassionate ear during moments of doubt or difficulty. To you, we owe an immeasurable debt of gratitude. Finally, as we all know, a seed needs sunlight. To our beloved parents, from the moment we took our first steps, you have been our guiding light, illuminating the path before us and instilling in us the values and principles that would shape our character. Just like the sun's rays awaken a dormant seed, your love and care have fueled our passions and ignited the flame of curiosity within us. Through the light you've given us, we've been able to illuminate the lives of others. Your warmth has been our support system, providing us with the comfort we need to weather the storms of life and allowing us to blossom into the confident individuals we are today. Mom, your perseverance and boundless dedication to my brother and I until this moment, not to forget your firmness from time to time, has made us who we are today and who we will be tomorrow. Dad, our mediator, your wisdom and diplomatic approach, especially when an argument takes place, has never failed to resolve our disputes. Although you always side with Mom. Mom and Dad, to you, I owe an immeasurable debt of gratitude. To you, my fellow classmates, we have finally made it. Throughout our path to this finish line, we have faced our fair share of obstacles. Our roots were shaken by the tremors of earthquakes, our leaves withered by the impact of the Beirut blast, and our trunks scarred by the shootings during the Thawra. Nevertheless, we learned to bend but not break, to adapt but not surrender. Today, we stand not just as graduates, but as ambassadors of resilience. Ambassadors of Lebanese resilience. Yes, some of us will remain here, while others will continue their journey abroad. Whatever the case may be, as we prepare to branch out and embark on new adventures, let us never lose sight of our roots, which have tied us to these Lebanese soils despite all setbacks. Class of 2023, when I look at us, I see future lawyers, politicians, doctors, teachers, and more. To our future lawyers, before fighting for justice abroad, please be ambassadors for justice in a country where corruption and bribery govern decision-making. To our politicians, before even looking at the injustices beyond our borders, hold accountable those who parade around our parliament with billions of dollars leaked abroad. To our future doctors, before joining the globally renowned hospitals in the United States and beyond, provide treatment for the children dying at the doors of our hospitals. And finally, to our future teachers, plant the next generation of seeds in our Lebanese soil. Cultivate another wave of mighty trees that fight for this country. Classmates, like our mother tree, we were born seedlings and we flourished into trees here at Brumana High School. No matter how much fruit we may bear in the future, we must, like our mother tree, remember the first droplet of water from which we blossomed here at BHS. No matter how firm and towering our trunks may become, we must remember that we were all once young seedlings, and that there will always be other young seedlings that need our guidance and our support. No matter how far across oceans, across borders our branches may extend, we will all be forever bound to this school, to this land, and to each other by our roots. We will all be forever bound to this school, to this land, and to each other by our roots. Friends, our mother tree's intertwined branches represent the bonds we have forged, and which will only grow stronger with time. Our journeys are independent, yet interdependent, interlocking with each other and lifting each other up. 250 years from now, we must stand tall and firm in this soil, proud to be a part of Brumana High School. Now that's enough of trees for today. And now, like our mother tree, no, I'm just kidding. And now, graduates of 2023, as we did in our 6th grade graduation, let us all stand up and chant for one last time, "We serve and we will always serve." We serve and we will always serve. Thank you.
Well, this gentleman has been accepted to Harvard and Stanford, and he'll be going to Harvard. Our third speaker in French is Aya Christine Alzain from IB2 class.
This might fall down. Monsieur le principal et vice-principal, honorables invités, chers professeurs, je vous aime, parents et camarades, je me suis retrouvée à redouter d'écrire ce discours parce que je ne trouvais pas les mots qui pourraient authentiquement décrire notre expérience à la prestigieuse Brumana High School. Notre école bien aimée et surtout en cette occasion l'anniversaire de 150 ans de BHS. Je m'adresse à vous ce soir avec l'espoir que mes paroles puissent raviver dans votre esprit, chers camarades, nos multiples expériences vécues au sein de cet établissement qui fut et continuerait à l'être, témoin nos sourires, nos larmes, nos aspirations et nos pranks. Ce soir, nous clôturons en nostalgie un parcours regardant vers un avenir plein des promesses et des surprises. En premier, je voudrais remercier du fond du cœur nos parents et le corps professoral à BHS qui nous ont entourés et encadrés à l'école comme à la maison. Il est vrai que ces dernières années n'ont pas été toujours sucre et miel, mais il nous faut reconnaître que sans les efforts, les encouragements et même les remarques de nos profs, nous ne serions pas là ce soir en train de célébrer ensemble. À vous, nos chers profs, je dis merci d'avoir été présents pour nous. Votre patience, votre gentillesse et même vos réprimandes ont changé notre vie vers le meilleur. Et les graines que vous avez sémées en nous récolteront un futur à la hauteur de vos attentes. À vous, chers parents, je dis aussi merci de nous avoir assuré une excellente éducation dans l'une des plus prestigieuses et des plus réputées institutions scolaires. Je voudrais m'adresser en particulier à ma mère, car elle a fait un travail fantastique pour me soutenir, même lorsque j'insistais sur le fait que tout allait bien. Maman, merci d'avoir choisi BHS quand j'avais 3 ans, parce que je pense de tout mon cœur ce campus et l'équipe administrative et enseignante, de maternelle jusqu'à la terminale, m'ont chéri et nourri mon esprit de la meilleure façon qu'ils pouvaient. À vous, chers camarades du parcours, j'exprime ma reconnaissance et plus ma fierté de vous voir assis ici aujourd'hui, reconnaissante pour les bons et les mauvais moments que nous avons vécus ensemble, les compliments et les insultes. À tous les futurs médecins, ingénieurs, mathématiciennes et physiciennes parmi vous, à tous les futurs athlètes glorieux, à tous les musiciennes et artistes, à tous les futurs politiciennes, je dis, soyez téméraires. Foncez sans craindre l'échec et sachez que derrière toute chute, il y a une relevée scintillante. Rêvez, mais appliquez-vous à réaliser vos rêves. Voyagez et concrétisez vos aspirations, mais gardez dans votre cœur notre cher pays, le Liban. Finalement, modestie à ma part, je pense que notre cohorte est la meilleure cohorte qui ait jamais existé à BHS. Vous êtes tous si particuliers et si uniques et hilarants. Vous avez rendu chaque étape de ce parcours très intéressant, c'est le moins qu'on puisse dire. Les débats en classe et l'audace de certains d'entre vous rendaient nos journées très intéressantes. Les nombreux rires partagés en classe alors que nous étions censés être silencieux, les talents que vous possédiez, surtout le sens inébranlable de la famille. Je suis déjà nostalgique de tout ça. Avant de terminer mon discours, j'aimerais m'adresser à mes bottes. En plus d'être l'incarnation de la mode, il signifie quelque chose. Ces bottes de cowboy, pour moi, représentent le fait d'enlever les petites baskets du lycée et de mettre les bottes de cowboy pour l'aventure. Et même si c'est idiot, c'est vrai. La prochaine étape serait l'une des plus grandes aventures. Qui suis-je? Qui vais-je devenir? Que vais-je réaliser? À ces questions, je n'ai pas de réponse. Mais je sais qu'un cowboy est courageux. Alors je dis, montez sur ce cheval et ne descendez pas jusqu'à ce que vos rêves se réalisent et que vous chevauchiez vers le coucher du soleil. Et même si la route est longue, et même que monter à cheval est difficile, vous gardez les mains sur les rênes et les yeux sur votre objectif, et vous ne lâchez rien tant que vous n'avez pas encore gagné. Vous allez tout me manquer. Félicitations à vous, classe de 2023, et bonne fête les 150 ans, notre chère école Brumana High School.
I now invite the chairman of the board, Mr. Antoine Issa, to say his word.
Thank you. It's very difficult for me to talk after the champion of Brumana High School. It's actually excellent speeches. Congratulations. So I will try to be short, but I still have to congratulate you and to express my appreciation. So, dear graduates, dear parents, teachers, and prestigious guests, this is my first event. This is my first graduation event as chairman of Brumana High School since I was elected in January. And before I start, I want to tell you that I'm very proud to be part of this prestigious Quaker school, and I'm very happy to be with you tonight celebrating this important occasion, 150 years anniversary of Brumana High School, and of course, the great achievement of our graduates. As a parent, I know how important it is to see our children succeed in their future. And I am not an old scholar. However, my own son graduated from Brumana High School 2 years ago, and it's only now that I fully appreciate how well the school prepared him for the future. Therefore, I am quite confident that all our graduates tonight have all the knowledge, all the skills, and all the value to succeed in whatever they decide to do. To our graduates, to you, the graduates of 2023, I would like to offer my deepest congratulations. And I know that you have worked very hard for this milestone, and I know that you will continue to work hard to succeed in whatever you do, you decide to do. However, as you move forward, please remember that you have the power to make a positive impact. And I invite you to embrace new opportunities and to never give up on your dreams. To your parents, I want to express my admiration for all your efforts during very difficult times. I believe that your guidance, your support, and your love have made your children achieve today, and you can be proud of that. To our student, our member of staff, our bursar, Raymond Ferrali, I want on behalf of the board to express our gratitude for all what you have done. We know that despite very difficult times in the country, despite the fact that you have seen your income going down and your purchasing power going down, you have maintained a very high level of education and very high standards. So your sacrifices are well noticed, and we thank you for all what you have done. To our principal, David, we would like also to thank you for your hard work and for your passion. And I'm glad to announce today that the board of directors have decided to ask David to extend his mandate for 2 more school years. And thank you. Thank you, David, for accepting. To my colleagues at the board, I want also to say thank you for navigating the challenges of maintaining the cost low and maintaining the tuition affordable while keeping the level of the education very high. And on this occasion, I would like to say a great thank you to the Old Scholars Association for their continuous support to our children, and not only their financial support to our students, but exceptionally the past years also to our staff and to our teachers. So thank you for that. We do appreciate also your support to our projects. To the Board of Trustees of Kuwait, thank you first to be with us today, and I would like to express our appreciation for overseeing the school with high Quaker values and with sharing your best practices. With a special thanks today to Paul High, the chairman of the Board of Trustees, who decided to retire, and we would like to thank you today for your tremendous effort for the past 20 years. And on this occasion, I would like to announce that we are launching the I Serve Brumana High School Endowment Fund that will be managed jointly between Kuwait and the board of Brumana High School in order for us to secure regular income to our students. And I invite all the parents and all scholars to help us and participate. In closing, I would like to say once again how proud we are of all of you and how much we believe in you. And whether you decide to study in Lebanon or to study abroad and in the future to work in any field, as our ambassador, always remember that you can make a positive impact, always remember to serve, and please keep your strong connection to your country, to your family, to each other, and of course, don't forget Brumana High School and come and visit us very often and share with us your experience. So I wish you every success, congratulations, and thank you. Now I would like to call Chris, John Crossfield, the successor of Paul High, to come and join me. So John Crossfield, the chairman of the Board of Trustees of Kuwait, and I would like also to call, if you allow me, Paul High, the former chairman of the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Antoine, for giving me the opportunity to say just a very few words about Paul on behalf of Kuwait Trustees. He has been involved as a Kuwait trustee for 2 decades, and particularly over the last 8 years as chair of Kuwait. I have been so inspired by what he has brought to our trustee body, and by the spirit of the Brumana community, which I have seen myself over the last 5 years. So I'm very honored to be taking on the role of chair myself. Paul, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the Chairman of Trustees, the retiring Chairman of Trustees, Paul High, to give his address.
Thank you. The program that I received a week ago just said, Chairman of Kuwait, a quiet word. Now, those of you who will know the finer points of English, will know what a quiet word can mean. When I was a principal, as David is, I would sometimes say, "Can I have a quiet word?" And it really meant, of course, can I just give you some advice, or can I give you admonishment, or something like that? Well, tonight's quiet word is not quite like that. It's not my intention to chastise you in any way, quite conversely, because you as a nation, as a body, have experienced over the recent years, you've been living through one of the most challenging times in modern history. And despite these adversities, you are all here. You are here tonight. And you are here in your capacity as parents to celebrate the successes of your daughters and your sons. You are here as teachers. Despite all the frustrations, you are here to enjoy the knowledge that you have imparted to your pupils to help them in their life in the future. You are here as support staff, the people who have ensured that the school is clean, it's safe, it's well maintained, well fed. You may be here as governors. You are here to ensure that the school has the facilities, the funds to do the job in hand. You are here as old scholars. Old scholars have been so generous in their support of the staff of the school, and particularly to those families who are in need of financial help and aid to see their children through this education at Brahmana. And you are here, David, as leader in education. You have played a pivotal role in maintaining the community, a continuity of education in this place, and supporting the community of the school, encouraging them and uplifting them. Thank you. And not least, but so important, as leader of finance and administration in this place, Raymond, my long friend, your bursar, he has been the rock of integrity around which for the last 20 years the opposing tides of fortune and misfortune have been stilled. So what you may ask, has the Quaker International Educational Trust got to do with this beautiful educational garden that is Brahmana? Well, all we really have to do is to maintain the trust invested in us for much of the last 150 years as keepers of the garden. That you you are the gardeners. You will want to cultivate and can cultivate this beautiful place in peace and by good design. And you see on the stage the beautiful blooms that you have produced. Here they are, your graduates. I can't end this last quiet word without paying tribute to my fellow trustees. And I would ask them all, just please stand up, turn around and wave, please, to everybody, so that you are faces that are known by people. Thank you. Thank you very much. I must lastly pay tribute to two people in my trustees. Will Hare, who is also retiring today, who has been the wise man who has been my helper throughout these 8 years. Thank you, Will, for that trust. And also to our Secretary Martin, He's quietly in the background, but doing all the work that is necessary to coordinate everything that goes on between the school and between Quiet. So, Martin, thank you too for your service. Finally, to these young women and men, I wish you every success in the future for a happy and fulfilled life ahead of you. Just remember what George Fox said to us in 1656. Be patterns. Be examples in all countries, places, islands, nations, wherever you come, that your carriage and life may demonstrate amongst all people and to them, and then you will walk cheerfully over the world, answering that of God in every man. Thank you.
We will now have a medley by Valentina Sayyah, accompanied by Carl Sade on the piano.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. خدني معك على درب بعيدي، مطرح ما كنا ولاد صغار. دفي ربيعي شمس جديدة، نسيني يوم اللي صرنا كبار. نسيني يوم اللي صرنا كبار. خدني معك يا حبيبي يا حبيبي، مطرح ما لون الأزرق غاب. نمشي سوا يا حبيبي يا حبيبي، أرض الرمل اللي فيها عشاب. حب الهوى خبيني خبيني، واترك ايدي عبقلب ونهار. قول للهوى يا هواي نسيني، نسيني يوم صرنا كبار. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call Paul High again to receive his souvenir and a bouquet of flowers. Please, Miss Paul. And now we come to the presentation of the awards. First, the Valedictorian Award. The Valedictorian Award goes to the student with the highest average in the graduating class. In the international program, the recipient of the award is Maryam Al-Am'ari. I ask Mr. Gray to present the Valedictorian Award to Maryam. In the Lebanese program, the recipient of the Valedictorian Award goes to Selina Riyashi from Secondary 3 Life Science class. I ask Mr. Gray to present the Valedictorian Award in the Lebanese program to Selina. Finally, in the International Baccalaureate program, the recipient of the Valedictorian Award goes to Carl Sadeh. I ask Mr. Gray to present the Valedictorian Award in the International Baccalaureate program to Carl. The Principal's Award. This award is given to the graduating student who has best demonstrated outstanding achievement by way of scholarship, character, and service. I call on Mr. David Gray to present the Principal's Award to Sabina Asilova from Grade 12 IP. The Old Scholar Association Award is given to the graduating student in the Lebanese program who has demonstrated general excellence by way of character, scholarship, and integrity. I call on Mr. Nazi Khattar, President of the Old Scholar Association, to give the award to Dana Hashim from Secondary 3 Sociology and Economics class. To commemorate the work of Dr. Bishara Manassa, MD, AUB 1877, founder of the Quaker Hospital, Dr. Antonius Manassa, AUB 1895, and Dr. Philip Manassa, AUB 1932, who carried out the work of the Friends Hospital from 1878 to 1940. The Manassa Award is given each year to an excelling student in the international program at Brumana High School. I call on Sarah Barrett to hand over the Manassa Award on behalf of Mr. Tony Manassa to Rhea Kashkush from the Grade 12 International Program. The Distinguished Progress Award is given to the graduating student who has persevered with efforts and determination to succeed despite difficulties. I invite Mr. Antoine Isa to present this year's Distinguished Progress Award to Malik John Musa from Grade 12 IP. You got it. The Distinguished Service Award is given to the graduating student who, in devoting time and effort for the welfare of others and in contributing to the spirit and progress of the school, best exemplify the school motto, I serve. I ask Mrs. Jocelyn Gould to present the award to Dana Hashim from Secondary 3 class. The Albert Abu Khalil Award is given to the student who has distinguished herself through excellence in sports and exemplary sportsmanship. I invite Amal Abu Khalil to present the award to Sulaiman Haber from IB2. The Leslie Parker Award, I call on Mr. Gray to introduce this new award.
Well, this is a special evening, 150th anniversary, and we have two new awards tonight, which we are presenting specially. And the people who are going to present the awards are actually here to present them. And I want to start by talking about the Leslie Parker Award. Roy and Helen Blair have come here from Northern Ireland, where they are practicing Quakers. They have an active interest in education, and their daughter, Leslie Parker, was a very distinguished teacher of chemistry. She passed away 2 years ago, and they wanted to do something in her memory that would be durable, would recognize her qualities as a teacher, but particularly would perpetuate the values of education which she espoused. By a remarkable coincidence, today is Leslie Parker's birthday. I am most grateful indeed to the Blairs for coming here, and it's their first time at Brumana, and I think it isn't their first time in Lebanon, but the first time for many years, and it's been a pleasure to have them as guests in the school. And the prize is awarded for outstanding achievement in science from the academic fair, a project that one of the students, or more than one of the students, has devised and innovated, and perhaps will become a great scientist of the future. So I'd like to invite Roy and Helen to come up to the stage, and they're going to present the prize, which Mr. Rizala will announce.
Mr. and Mrs. Roy and Helen Blair, kindly give the award to Maya Abi Haidar from grade 7 LP. The Hani Abul Jabin Award. I call on Mr. Gray to introduce the second new award.
Hani Abul Jabin appointed me as school principal when I started here in 2019. He was a remarkable man, highly articulate, very outspoken and opinionated. He believed in the freedom of speech, and he was undoubtedly the most unusual chairman of the board I ever worked with, and he was also the most inspiring. He passed away nearly 2 years ago. He was an old scholar of the school. He felt he owed a great deal to Brumana High School. His interests were not in the grand things of life, naming buildings or places. He believed in the children. He believed particularly that they should be the vehicles for change in society, as we heard in one of the speeches earlier. And he wanted children to express themselves, to have their own views, and to develop independence of thought and of action. And so Mrs. Ibtisam Abul Jabin is here this evening, and she, with her two daughters, Dana and Reem, decided that there should be an essay competition run each year which would challenge the students, make them think, and force them to express themselves on their views about a whole variety of issues. And I'm delighted that Ibtisam is here this evening to present the award. We are honored to have you with us. And I'll ask Mr. Rizala now to announce the winner.
I kindly ask Mrs. Ibtisam Abul Jabin to give the award to Tawfiq Yusuf from IB2. And now I call on Mr. Rabi' Awad to present the Field Day banner to the captains of Little House who won in the BHS Field Day 2023. Would the captains Robi Wakim, IB2, and John Rizq, Secondary 3SA, come forward to receive the banner from Mr. Rabi' Awad. It's my pleasure to call on Mr. David Gray to introduce our guest speaker for the evening.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to say that our guest speaker is not with us this evening because he suffered a family emergency just about 48 hours ago, but he has very kindly agreed from Bahrain to deliver his speech, which is going to appear very shortly. In fact, there he is on the screen, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. Dr. David Nassif is an old scholar of Brumana High School. Now, the really interesting thing, and it's an amazing coincidence, is that he was the Brumana High School valedictorian in 1973. And he gave the address as a student at the graduation ceremony here in 1973 on the occasion of the school's 100th anniversary as an 18-year-old. Now he is back here, not in person, but he is here on the screen, and in a minute, 50 years after he gave us his last address, he's going to give his next address for the 150th anniversary of the school. He was educated after Brumana High School at Newcastle University in the northeast of England and Imperial College in London. He gained a BSc, MSc and PhD, all in chemical engineering. He was the chief executive and chairman of the Bahrain Petrol Company and the chief executive of the National Oil and Gas Company. He is a fellow of the Institute of Chemical Engineers in the UK and is also a fellow of the UK Science Council. He is married to Silvana, who is also an old scholar, and they have 2 sons and a grandson, all of whom live in London. I'm very grateful to him for agreeing to carry on with the speech tonight in spite of the domestic situation which he finds himself. Please welcome warmly Dr. David Nassif.
Good evening again. I hope I'm being heard now. Distinguished guests, governors, trustees, parents, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's an incredible occasion to be here with you. Unfortunately, not in person because of an unfortunate family emergency that took place only recently. Last year, my wife and I visited Lebanon after many, many years to attend a couple of weddings. But a visit to Lebanon is never complete without a visit to Brumana High School. So we came up across and the famous gates and went to see the principal, David Gray, and we spent time talking, reminiscing, and we met since with David and Richard. And a few months back, David asked me to be your guest speaker tonight. It took me about 10 seconds to say yes. This is a very special year, as you all know. It's 150th anniversary. And as it turned out, it's only 50 years since I graduated from this beloved and famous school. I was sitting on the other side 50 years ago, like you young women and men. And now you're all going to be looking to the future as you move on from this school, but armed with all the education and experience you have. I had prepared a speech, but I decided to leave it aside and talk to you heart to heart. As my wife and I walked through the gates of the school, memories started coming back. Much has changed, but much is still the same. I'm just going to take you initially on a journey of nostalgia of things were for a few minutes, and then I will talk to you graduates, which is the most important part of the event for tonight. On our right, of course, as we walk through the gates, The famous meeting house is still there. Science block is still there, the main block. But in those days, the chemistry lab was not in the science block. It was actually in the main building. Likewise, the biology lab was also in the main building. Across what used to be known as the English block, now I guess it's the library block. Library is there, but this was actually Little House until the new building of Little House was built and opened in 1968. The main administration building is still there as you walk through. On the right, that room was actually a typing, printing, and what we call the stencil room. A lot of you young people don't know what stencil is and what typewriters look like even. But in those days, we didn't have Wi-Fi, we didn't have internet, we didn't have iPads and iPhones and laptops, everything, and all the what have you. We used to print all the publications we had in the school in this room. I was editor of the Arabic one, which used to be called Sada al-Ahdath. Probably some copies are left in the school, but I sent also copies to David and Richard. The other one was the Little House Bulletin. And also at times, the yearbook committee of 1971-72, by which there is a copy also in the school, used to meet there and then moved over to the other common room in the top of the library or the English block. Also, before you enter the main administration building, there was a big notice board where we had the weather report every day. There was the weather club. I actually ran the weather club with very basic equipment. We had thermometers, we had barometers, and we checked the pressure through the chimneys down of the Juni power station, depending on the direction of the smoke. Very basic instruments to deal with, but they served the point. On the left of the main administration building on the ground floor was the bursar's room. And then as you go straight down, there was a meeting room. On the right, the registrar's office. You walked up to the principal's office. In my days, there were two principals, Roderick Grosvenor and Barty Knight. Down, you go out and down the stairs, of course, the cafeteria was and is still there. And at the back, the Baz family quarters and dining room. And in my last year as head prefect, I was invited many times to dine with them or have breakfast with them. Further down, of course, there was the volleyball court, and you took down the steps toward the swimming pool and dobbing hall. You went down to the Allah House, still there, and then the football pitch, which wasn't the way it is today. It was a sandy football pitch. On the left, what used to be known as, or maybe still is known as Edinburgh House, used to house the lower and upper sex students, and later on it became the Waldmeyer House. And then to complete the picture further down, the new Little House, which we all moved to, because I was in Little House in 1968, and the Little Flacy, what used to be the Waldmeyer House, moved to Edinburgh House. So all this was nostalgia to us, brought a lot of fond memories of years we spent at this wonderful school. And now I want to turn my attention to you, the graduates. This is your special day. You're celebrating this day, this joyous day with your parents, with your proud parents, to see the culmination of all your work and all their support to you over the years. Without them, you couldn't have made it. But also there is a little bit of emotion and sadness, because you're going to be parting with a lot of your colleagues here. Some you will meet again, some you will meet often, some you'll meet occasionally, and some you probably will not meet again. So it's a mixed bag of events. Nevertheless, it's a day that you should cherish all your lives. the All Scholar Association is an important body, and it's a special body that keeps us together long after we have left the school. You're going to be part of it, and the bond that Romana High School has is exceptional by every standard. And I know many other people went to other schools around the world. They don't have that sort of bond. And I think boarding schools have that special bond. Now, Romana High School have survived very challenging times, as you all know, in the last 30 years and more. But it's come through. It's still there. 150 years is an amazing time to be an education institution. And Romana will continue with all the support it gets from all scholars, from other benefactors, etc., to keep it going. And I'm sure it will, because its educational mission is second to none. And with the leadership of Dave DeGray, which I've seen and experienced through talking to him over the last year, I know it is in good hands. I heard the chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. Antoine, say earlier that he's signed a contract with David, extended him for another 2 years. I suggest Antoine go back and give him 5 years initially, and from there you go on. He is an exceptional person. Now, to you graduates again, you can be whatever you want to be. You already been prepared and given the background that you need to excel. But stay focused and be humble and learn from others. When I finished all my studies and I got my PhD, as David mentioned earlier, in chemical engineering, I started from the bottom. And I worked in an oil refinery. And there I had to work with operators and maintenance people who had no formal education, but had 35 plus years of practical experience. My mission was to learn from these people. Because if you work with them and learn from them, you will gain and they will make your life easier. And then you grew and you will grow and you will grow over time. And the experience you'll gain will propel you to the next stage and next stage and next stage. And I went all the way up to the chairman of the board of directors. And you all can do that. Stay focused, be humble, learn from others. And you will grow and help others grow as well. I will just a quote from the legendary GE chairman of the board, Mr. Jack Welch, when he said, before you're a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. And I would recommend to you graduates, get a copy of his book. It's called Straight from the Gut. It's an invaluable management tool that help you progress in the future. You will go to university and you learn all the technical skills that you will need. Whether you're going to be a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer, an engineer, a pharmacist, a historian, an economist, whatever. Then later on, you're going to learn the soft skills. And these are invaluable to make sure you succeed in your career. You have to know how to handle people. You have to know how to make decisions. You have to know how to handle situations with tact. And sometimes you will feel, as you go up the ladder in whatever field you're in, you're isolated. When you're up in that office in the corner, believe me, you're alone. And you have to make these decisions alone and only you alone. But you will get there through your work, your perseverance, your focus, dedication, and ability to succeed. I encourage you to drive yourselves to lead and excel as you face the challenges and opportunities presented by our ever-changing world. When I graduated 50 years ago, we didn't have any of the tools you have at your disposal today. It was basics. We were still receiving letters by mail from our parents. We have to go and look for a phone somewhere to make a call. There was no connectivity anywhere, but we succeeded. You're now, remember, you're graduating, you left school and you're at the top of the school. But remember, you're now at level 0 for the next stage of your career life. And when you finish university, you're also going to be at level 0. Because all what you've done so far is prepare you for the real life and real challenges. And from there on, it's up to you to make it happen. 50 years is an incredible time for me, a gap to come back to this beloved school. Very emotional. I wanted to be with you tonight. It's very unfortunate I'm not, but at least technology of today allowed me to speak to you tonight and be with you, if not physically, but virtually. 150 years is an amazing for any educational establishment. And I know, and I trust, and I believe Romana High School will go forward with the support of all the people involved. And we will do our all best to do it. To the parents, you're all now standing tall. You're all proud of your daughters and sons. And this is the fruits of all your hard work over the years, to see them succeed and see them now fresh, young graduates ready for the future. I salute you all, but without you, it couldn't have happened. To the teachers of the school, you are the biggest asset of the school. You are what make it happen. You, supported by the trustees and the board of governors. Education is a journey. It's a wonderful journey. And it's not a talent everybody has to teach. It's a special talent. And you should persevere and progress as you did and as the school did for many, many years. And I know it will do so for the future. Thank you, David, for inviting me to speak tonight. It's been a pleasure and it's been an honor. And to you, graduates, please keep in mind all what I said before. And I know you will all succeed in various ways of life. Congratulations to you all. Enjoy your day. You with your parents and with the school faculty and with everybody else. I wish you well and God bless you all. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank Dr. Nassif for his address. He clearly feels a great love for Romana High School, which he left 50 years ago. And I think his message of the need for humility and service and hard work are very important. And they don't stop with leadership. Actually, they go all the way through your lives. You can always find out more from listening to other people. I'm very grateful to him for having taken the time and trouble in a time of difficulty in his own family for him to have come, thanks to the wonders of modern technology, to speak to us today. David, if you're still here somewhere, thank you very much indeed.
We now come to the moment we have all been waiting for, the certificates. I ask Ms. Aline Alam, the head of secondary and intermediate section, to present the certificates to the graduating students.
Will the students of Secondary 3 General Sciences section stand up to receive their certificates? Lemir Ziad Abillama, graduating with honors and receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in chemistry, civics, geography, history, math, philosophy, and physics. Ghadi Abu Rjaili, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in civics, history, and the 15 years at BHS Award. Patrick Aswad, 15 years at BHS Award. Baha Dagher, graduating with honors and receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in chemistry, English, math, and geography. Johnny Kazanjan, Mikaela Ziede, receiving certificate of 15 years at BHS Award. Secondary 3 GS, please be seated. Will the students of Secondary 3 Life Sciences section stand up to receive their certificates? Lemir Samer Abillama, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Mathematics. Selina Riashi, graduating with honors, receiving Certificates of Achievement of Excellence in Biology, Chemistry, Civics, English, Geography, History, Mathematics, Philosophy, and Physics. Mark Younes, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Civics, Geography, History, and Philosophy. Secondary 3 LS, please be seated. Will the students of Secondary 3 SE section stand up to receive their certificates? Teo Al-Haddad. Jenny Bader, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Painting. Roy Shakhtoura, 15 years at BHS Award. Joya El Turk. Joseph Farah, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Computer. Dana Hashim, graduating with honors, receiving Certificates of Achievement of Excellence in Biology, Chemistry, Civics, Economics, English, Geography, Math, Philosophy, Physics, Sociology, and the 15 years at BHS Award. I love you. John Rizk. Diane Samaha, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Philosophy. Rachel Shalhoub, graduating with honors, receiving Certificates of Achievement of Excellence in Chemistry, Computer Economics, English, History, Painting, and Physics. Secondary 3 Sociology and Economics section, please be seated. Will the students of IB program stand up to receive their certificates? Jad Abdenour, receiving Certificates of Achievement of Excellence in Math AAHL and 15 years at BHS Award. Dana Abdel Jawad, in absentia, ITGS HL certificate. Kate Abu Nafa, receiving the 15 years at BHS Award. Lana Al-Jamal, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in biology SL, ITGS HL, and math application SL. Andrew Al-Qassis, بعده محمد نوري دواليبي. Carl Eid, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in French ab initio. Naya El Fghali, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in ITGS SL. Aya Christine Al-Zain, 15 years at BHS Award. Rami Al-Haddad. Kian Al-Masri. Ryan Farah. حبيبي مبروك. Sulaiman Haber, receiving Certificates of Achievement of Excellence in Economics HL. Joel Habouri, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in ITGS SL. Joyce Habouri, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in History HL and ITGS SL. Noor Kabbani, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Arabic BSL. Leia Laura Lahoud. Natalie Milan, receiving Certificates of Achievement of Excellence in Physics HL and Math AA HL. Stephanie Milan. Shaza Nimr, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Lebanese History and Civics. Carl Sadeh, graduating with distinction, receiving Certificates of Achievement of Excellence in English SL, Math Analysis SL, Biology HL, Chemistry HL, Lebanese History and Civics, Economics HL, and the 15 years at BHS Award. Valentina Sayyah, receiving Certificate of Achievement of Excellence in Lebanese History and Civics. Caroline Schneider. Richard Sroor, receiving the 15 years at BHS Award. Mariana Tanaka Abdel Haq, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in History SL and French ab initio. Melania Tome, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in History HL. Sarah Maria Wiesman, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in French ab initio. Romi Wakim, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in Lebanese history and civics. IB2 students, please be seated. Will the students of grade 12 IP A-level class stand up to receive their certificates? Eli Abu Jawde, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in French foreign and A-level pure mathematics. Hisham Abdel Hay, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in Arabic foreign. Mariam Al-Am'ari, graduating with honors, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in AS English, A-level history, A-level psychology, and A-level business. Maria Al-Ugaili, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in Arabic foreign. Amar Al-Rifai, Luigi and Jalil. Sabina Asilova, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in thinking skills and A-level business. Layal Bajour, Hashim Ben Saeed, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in Math Foundation. Joy Bukhalil, receiving the 15 years at BHS Award. Yasma Boulos, Venus Brady, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in A-level IT. Joanne Shartouni, Majd Shindib, Julian Shuker, Adam Darwish, Marina Al-Hello, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in A-level art. Yasma Al-As'ad, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in Math Foundation and French foreign language. Troy Antonil Khazen, receiving certificate of achievement of excellence in A-level IT. Joseph Fadel, receiving the 15 years at BHS Award. Ricardo Antonio Rantus Herrera, receiving the 15 years at BHS Award. Rhea Ashoush, graduating with honors, receiving certificates of achievement of excellence in AS English, A-level math, mechanics, A-level psychology, and thinking skills. Malik John Musa, certificate of achievement of excellence in French foreign. Roger Naime, Anthony Yazbek, Elliot Chunan in absentia. Grade 12 IP, please be seated. Congrats to all seniors, you'll be missed.
Not just yet, guys. Not just yet. We didn't finish. Please sit down. Thank you, Ms. Eileen. We have now come to the end of the 150th anniversary Speech Day 2023. Before our graduates leave the stage, we would like to invite you all to a reception at the volleyball court after the ceremony is over. Please stay in your seats until the end of the recessional, when all the honorable guests, faculty, and students have left the stage. Congratulations to the class of 2023.
Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. Who would believe that I could be happy and contented? I used to think that happiness hadn't been invented, but that was in the bad old days before I met